I'm Terry Doms, moderator of the board of First Christian Church here in Coralville. Our congregation and friends of First Christian Church are building bridges, a theme we began a year ago. Thank you for your generous support of the first year of our Building Bridges programming. We'd like to bring you up to date on our progress, and I emphasize progress that we've made, and ask for your engagement and continued financial support. As we expand our programming and staff for children and youth and music, we'll continue building bridges and strengthening the ones that we began a year ago. Our participation in service projects builds bridges. Pursuing our mission by the grace of God builds bridges from our fragmented world to God's wholeness.
Hi, I'm George Gay, a lifelong member of First Christian Church. For over 150 years, our congregation has pursued a vision of inclusive community and actual deep spirituality instead of mere religion. We moved to our new building 13 years ago, carrying a $1.2 million debt. In February of this year, 2015, we celebrated the early retirement of that debt with a ceremonial burning of the mortgage. A comprehensive energy audit of our building this summer projected that we will need to replace over $100,000 of heating and cooling units with more efficient units within the next 5 years. And because of your generosity, we are on target with delivering a capital reserve fund for that major expense. We have already begun to upgrade our building with more efficient LED lighting sources and an all-weather entrance. Our relationship with God and each other are the source of our greatest hopes and satisfactions. So we invite you to be fully engaged in the life of our congregation through the opportunities of service, fellowship, and growing spirituality.
In January of 2014, we organized a strategic visioning task force led by me, Dale Kepler. That visioning group asked us to prayerfully consider our strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and challenges, and prioritize our goals for mission and ministry as a congregation. We, the congregation as a whole, identified the programs and services which we understand God is calling us to over the next 4 years, and through your generosity, we are making progress even as our plans continue to develop. Weekly worship continues to be at the core of our congregational life, and there are many other events, tasks, and projects which invite your engagement.
In the past year, more youth group meetings and youth retreats appeared on the calendar, and new Sunday school classes for children and adults were added, requiring a new set of portable room dividers to set up a classroom in the fellowship hall. For the first time in many years, Sunday school classes continued through the summer. I enjoyed summer camp at the Christian Conference Center and youth activities at our International General Assembly in Columbus, Ohio. I am Quinn Thomas, and I'm a member of the youth group here.
Thanks to the generosity of our many gifted musicians, our music is known throughout our community for its depth and quality. We have increased staff time for our music programs that will continue to nurture us all. In the past year, we enjoyed a music worship with polka music. In the summer, we were able to send our music director to a national meeting of Disciples musicians in Kansas City. In the spring, our musicians staffed an ecumenical conference with the famous Christian writer, Brian McLaren. We plan to further expand the participation of our children and youth in the worship life of our congregation. We welcome your musical and artistic gifts.
Based on the congregation's direction through the strategic visioning surveys, we continue to expand programming and staffing for children and youth. From weekly Sunday school and children's church to a growing youth group, added retreats, camp, service projects, and fellowship events, we continue to offer opportunities for our children and youth. Throughout the year, we have a Kids Night Out program so that our children will befriend each other and their parents have an opportunity to do things together. In June, we welcomed 50 children and youth and a like number of adult volunteers to Vacation Bible School, and our numbers are up in Sunday school and summer camp. The new cabins, pool, gym, and chapel at the Christian Conference Center near Newton make it an even more attractive venue for spiritual growth.
This year, our congregation met our goal for becoming one of the first in our community to become an official Blue Zones congregation. More than 100 of our members and friends have signed personal pledges designed to make us all healthier and happier. Scientific research has identified certain areas on our planet where people are happier, healthier, and live longer. Among the central shared characteristics of these Blue Zones is participation in a faith community. It is no surprise to us that the lifestyle taught and exemplified to us by Jesus produces joy and fullness of life, and we do not fear using scientific insights into how our spiritual values translate into healthier minds and bodies. We hope you will become engaged in the actual spiritual, social, and physical practices which promote better health and happiness through the Blue Zone's emphasis in our congregation. My name is Beth Pelton, and I am the liaison between our congregation and the community-wide Blue Zones team.
Based on the congregation's collective wisdom, we expect to continue to address our community's needs through increased support of the food pantry, village community, shelter house, local, distant, and perhaps international work camps, and as well as programs to maintain people in their homes. In the summer of 2015, we assembled a grant of $5,000 and a team of over 80 volunteers who donated over 1,000 hours of labor to help the village community in its mission of unique programs and housing for intellectually disabled persons. In February of 2016, we expect to send a small work camp to assist hospitals run by our affiliated churches in India. We have increased our invitations to our inclusive fellowship with radio spots, printed yard signs, tabling at community events, and professionally designed brochures. We want to honor our congregation's long tradition of support to regional, general, and global ministries of the larger church. So thanks to your generosity, we have been sending a fixed monthly amount to the Disciples Mission Fund, which we hope to significantly increase. We will continue to offer many opportunities for donations through our church to specific causes, such as Week of Compassion, Reconciliation, and Disaster Relief. I am Jill Meadows of our Mission and Witness Department.
I'm Jan Rickliffs, your treasurer. As exciting as it was to cross the bridge from paying on a mortgage to being debt-free, we recognize that we must continue to be good stewards, not only of our facilities, but of all the ministries we share and are called to fulfill. In order to maintain facilities, rebuild our emergency reserves along with increasing programs, staff hours, and compassionate service, we are asking each and every one to continue to or increase the generous level of support you have been gifting to our shared vision. You may be wondering, so what is the amount of the 2016 proposed budget? That process won't be completed for a few more months, but we have requests for funding of $317,000 of expenses. Our anticipated income budget of $292,000 is based on pledges of $235,000 plus other anticipated revenues. Once the new pledges for 2016 are received, we will bring a proposed final budget to the congregation, which will balance income and expenses based on our congregation's priorities. Your financial pledge, along with many hours of your skilled labor, daily prayers, and especially your presence in worship and other gatherings, will continue to grow our shared ministries. Please fill out an estimate of giving card and sign up for the activities about which you are most passionate or where God leads you to be involved. Thank you.
I'm pleased to be standing in front of the airlock added to the east entrance. The airlock will improve energy efficiency and comfort in the fellowship hall, which we've already noticed, but we expect to really notice that when winter arrives. We are working with the contractor to replace incandescent lighting with virtually maintenance-free LED lighting. We have repaired and replaced a water-stained ceiling in front of the entrance, in the front entrance, with a metal ceiling. Thanks to your generosity, we have begun building a capital reserve fund for large ticket maintenance projects on the 5-year horizon. Please fill out an estimate of giving card and sign up for activities and projects that you are passionate about or where God leads you to be involved.
We hope you will be present at the annual Thanksgiving worship service and meal on the Sunday before Thanksgiving. We will celebrate the gifts that God has called forth from us to be building bridges. We will hand in our financial and time and talent pledges in worship on November 22nd. If you cannot be present on November 22nd, please hand in your pledges to us in the office before November 22nd.
As we continue to expand our programming and staff for children and youth and music, we'll be building bridges from our faith to newer generations.
As we take on service projects and seek justice, we'll continue to build bridges between our hearts and persons in need.
Pursuing our mission, we will continue building bridges from our fragmented world to God's wholeness.
Please continue to help us build those bridges.